Epic first-person shooter battle of the year, MW3 vs. MF3. Who win, who lost, you decide. Tag, I'm in. Let's run down the list of this supposed new content. Tweaked gunplay. Yes, the realistic recoil is nice in MW3, but bullet fall, no. That piece of realism goes to MF3. Maps, epic set pieces. This is a dead heat tie. Both games are amazing visually. When it comes to the maps, environmental destruction is the MW3 edge. The Frostbite 2 engine is just a class ahead of the iEngine 3.0, where, as the iEngine is designed to move particles around at an extreme level with a focus in HDR lighting and effects. The Frostbite 2 engine is designed to move particles and allow for fully destructible environments in a larger scale, while support multiple physics engines for different vehicles, an aircraft all at once. The one-off is that MW3 runs at a silky smooth 60 FPS versus MF3's 30. That 60 FPS is a contributing factor to the unique smoothness to the controls found in MW3, but as nice as the old girl has been shined up, the iEngine 3.0 is getting long in the tooth. The maps are what differentiate the games from one another, requiring a separate skill set for being successful. MW3 is more of a close combat arena type game, with tight corners and well-defined corridors for engaging the enemy. MF3 is a lot more open and you engage the enemy at a longer range, and the pen spaces forces you to rely on team tactics rather than a lone wolf style of play. The maps are what really make this a comparing apple to oranges deal. The games, while modern shooters, cater to a different mindset among players. But if I had to choose, MF3 leans more toward a more realistic representation of an actual wartime setting. Audio-wise, dice have proven to be legendary when it comes to replicating the sounds of war. And if you have the system to support it, nothing comes close to the fidelity you get using the war tapes setting. This is another area that Infinity Ward is being outpaced, but special note should be mentioned MW3 for their single-player story mode as mixture of realistic chatter mixed with ambient sound that, if you are a true military nut, is very accurate. Controls nod goes to MW3 despite MF3 having a lot more going on at once. As mentioned earlier, the 60 FPS lends to the smoothness that you can feel when targeting, and after several years of hands-in tweaking with the iEngine 3.0, they can pull amazing accuracy when it comes to designing and utilizing the hit detection. Just as the audio goes to MF3, controls go to MW3. It's all about fidelity and striking the balance between realism and fun. Finally, I touch on graphics. Both games are amazing, but the texture pack puts MF3 ahead, but not for the reasons you may think. But games, while similar in nature, are stylistically different. So it's really a matter of personal taste. But all things considering, you really have to take on the totality of what's going on at any one point of the game, and watching jets and planes fighting in the air, while tanks pummel each other on the ground and teams of soldiers go to take an objective is a more complete vision of the battlefield. Especially when you combine that with the semi-destructible environmental madness that makes for a complete picture. In MW3 favor, and this is not to be sold short, is focus of vision. MW3 has a single-minded laser-focused vision of what it wants multiplayer to be, and it doesn't jeer. And that's the MW3 edge. So who wins in this stack-up, this epic first-person shooter battle of history? We do. When companies compete, it's good for us, the gamer. Not only do we have two great products to choose from, they're moving the industry in a positive direction. And they're adding more and more content to capture our dollars and attention. And that's how it's supposed to be. Two camps. Two separate visions. All very passionate. Congrats Ian Infinity Ward, for once you have both done your job of providing a great product and keeping the other honest. And we the fans appreciate it. Both camps enjoy our game. They're both good for different reasons and stand as shining examples of why they should be the leaders of their genre.